This is going to be a set of build videos of the LAheli Ricco. This is a basic Ricco kit. I'm going to add some other parts. We'll go over that a little bit later. Start off with, this is the Ricco box, obviously. And here are some of the other LAheli products that have preceded it. This is the original LAheli Maxer. It's actually preceded by a few other helicopters of no notoriety whatsoever. And I have one of those, and this has been my favorite helicopter for a long time, so Maxer SE. Here's what an assembled Maxer SE looks like. Actually, it doesn't look that much different than a Ricco. There have been some minor upgrades and some pretty reasonable ones too. This one actually has some Ricco parts on it already. Main thing you'll notice, the landing gear is different. These boom supports are different. It doesn't have the Ricco head grips yet, but that's one other mod I'm going to make pretty soon. The layout is very similar between a Maxer and a Ricco. Battery is still in the same spot. Everything else almost all in the same spot. The only things that really changed significantly on the Ricco is the layout of the front servos, and you'll see that as I go through the build. Let's go ahead and get on to the unboxing of the Ricco kit. The Ricco kit itself, you'll be amazed at how small these boxes are and how little there is in it, but pretty significant. This is the Ricco's standard plastic canopy. This is not an SE Ricco kit. An SE Ricco kit comes with these lightweight Lexan canopy halves instead, which means a little more work on painting, but they also offer a pre-painted version of the Ricco canopy in quite a few different color schemes. I think like 4 different color schemes. Those are only like 25 bucks, so it's not horrendous to just save yourself some hassle with the canopy painting. Of course, the manual, which I am going to be following the build procedure of the manual as I go through. However, I am going to be, as I mentioned earlier, changing out some of the parts for parts that I like better on 3D helicopters, the same ones I use on the Maxer. Comes with, the basic kit comes with plastic blades. Instead of the plastics, I'm going to be using some fiberglass blades to start out tuning it, and then I'll switch it over to carbon fiber blades later. It comes with, the basic kit comes with standard paddles, if I can find them, and conventional square tail blades. Of course, I can't find the paddles. So that right there in the bag is the standard paddle. Over. And these are the Ricco lightweight 3D paddles. You can see it in the bag there that they have a nice big section hollowed out of them to make them lighter, and little stickers that go over the top of the holes. Make sure that they still same aerodynamics. Those are going to go on as well. Tail blade wise, I'm planning on running what are called J2S profile plastic blades. The blades that are included with the kit are these standard squarish blades. They've improved them a little bit. They're rounded tip. You can also get those in carbons as well, which are nice and light. The nice thing about these is they're so light they tend to reduce vibration. And then the blades that I plan on using are these ones right here. You can see that they're longer and skinnier. Oop, if I don't hold them above the camera. You can see that they're longer and skinnier. They have a little bit better high RPM performance. They also tend not to thrash on the tail drive quite as hard. So those are going to go on. Also, I'm going to put on this aluminum tail lever mount. I just like the rigidity of it a little bit better over the stock one. The stock one is plastic. and I'm going to convert one of the sections of the tail push rod uses clevises, and I prefer to go to ball joints. So I have a set of ball joints. These are actually the kit that comes off of the swash replacement. So there's actually an extra swash ball in here and a bunch of different various ball joints. You'll actually see them as I put them on the swash later on. Other thing that I'm going to add of significance, since I plan on running high RPM and putting this through its 3D paces, are an extra set of tail bearing supports, bearings, and cups. Just basically one package of each. So let's see now. Let's go through the kit. Even the basic Ricco kit comes with nice blue anodized parts, blue anodized frames, blue anodized one-way assembly, blue swash, a few other little blue accoutrements all the way through, skids, so forth. I'm going to go ahead and pull these parts out, lay them out, and start into the build. As I mentioned, I'm going to be going along with the Ricco manual. I highly suggest that you download this manual from LAheli RC, LAheli, or from Pete's site, Electro RC. Main reason is this manual has some rather difficult to interpret pictures due to the printing not having very good contrast. There's lots of areas where there's see-through diagrams, and they kind of overlay a lot of extra complexity on it that you don't really need to see. The other thing that Raynet from the forums, Raynet 11, suggests is downloading the Maxer manual because it uses clear, solid drawings instead. But from what I've seen in the manual, I reviewed it earlier, it looks like it's a pretty good improvement over the old manuals in terms of the step order and of the details that they go into. The other manuals tended to only use little small diagrams for where you need to put Loctite and so forth, and it was always just a little tiny thing that you couldn't tell whether it was Loctite or glue or oil. It was a little bit more confusing. This manual is quite a bit more straightforward. Like I said, the digital copy is in PDF form and it's a little bit easier to see what details are going on. So, with that aside, I am going to actually depart from their steps on occasion. Some of the things that they suggest, like completing the entire head and drivetrain assembly, I tend to like to put the head on last since I actually have a modified Gowie swash leveler. So this allows me to tune it in with the electronics. So some of the things I'll be doing mostly according to the manual, but breaking off from it from time to time, and then catching back up later.